So we're going to go start back at another turn. First player is going to switch here, and I forgot. Actually, the starting player, whoever's not the starting player, gets a fate token. I forgot about that during setup. So we do have one fate token over here for Arbosh. So it's going to be Arbosh's turn next as first player. Start of turn, and remember we're starting another round. We don't have any effects from the end of last turn. Start of turn, nothing happens. We don't have any of those effects. Our heroes draw 2 cards. So the first two cards that Hilbert's going to draw is Consonants of the Mind. Select an opponent. Your attacks against him deal an additional 1 damage. At the end of your turn, pay 1 or discard this card. Again, that's a liturgical chant. And then we have Animal Shape. This is the example that I was talking about earlier. Costs 5 damage. Excuse me, costs 5 to play. For 1 endurance, we can do a melee attack that does 2d6 plus 2. But again, since it's a chant, we have to pay 1 at the end of the turn. So what I'm seeing, at least at this point, is that these chants can be really, really awesome. But you really can't have a lot of them up at the same time, because if you have a lot of them up at the same time, you're gonna be draining your your hero. The endurance cards are gonna be all going towards that. It's gonna make it more difficult to just do stuff and pay for a lot of other things. So keep that in mind. So the first card is Feat of Strength. Lose 1 life to gain 3 endurance until the end of the turn. Is a free action. That's cool. And we drew, gosh, the Infected card, which means this gets removed from the game, which is a plus. However, it means that Arbosh takes 8. She's going to go from 36 to, let's see, 36. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 36 to 28. And that's what he did. Okay. Then we ready any exhausted cards. So all those endurance cards that we picked before. Put up to 2 cards face down as endurance cards. So man. So I think for Hilbert, I'm going to get rid of Magical Aptitude because I have a card that's slightly more, that's +3. As much as I would like to keep that. I really need these though. Now I think I'm actually going to take this Consonants of the Mind. That's 1 damage, but I really need this endurance, but I really want these improved attacks that we've got in his deck. So that'll be the 2 for him. So for Arbosh over here, I'm definitely going to get rid of this shield. It's the cost 2 shield, but the only reason I'm doing that is because I have a better shield in my hand. What to do, what to do, what to do. Man, I really want to keep this, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of this. This is add 2 to your hero's ranged attack. I know he's got really crappy range, but I really need those endurance cards. That way, at least I could get out this leather shield or this crossbow to, you know, maybe do some additional damage. All right. Yeah. All right, so there's our 2 cards, and then we take our actions. Do 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 do. Oh gosh. See, this is, I always forget something. So when I fail an attack against an opponent, I can take a fate point. And then I can use that to either draw a card, an additional card, turn it in for 1 endurance on my turn, or I can use it to reroll an attack. Although if I fail, I don't get the fate point back. All right, here we go. What to do? What to do? Well, I've got 4 cards there. So let's pay 3 to put out. This is a little bit of a long shot, but we're going to try. I'm going to pay 3 to put out the Iron Forest crossbow. Okay. Then I'm going to. Oh no! Wait, that's, well. Yeah. Then I'm going to go ahead and pay the last one to use Feat of Strength. So that's going to go to the discard. And that's going to give me 3 more. Let's see here. And I'm just going to use these as a counter. And really, I probably ought to. Anyway, I'm going to get 3 more endurance. This is going to be my counter, just for me to remember. For this turn, after I take 1 point of damage, that's going to take me to 27. My hope here is that I can damage this demonic owl. So the first one we're going to use is going to be an attack with my normal attack, which is a knife. I'm a basic equipment. So I'm going to pay that 1, and then I'm going to do a normal attack looking for 14 or less. It's a 12, so that is a success. So he takes potentially 3. He gets his dodge roll. He rolled a 10, so that means he takes 2 damage. The demonic owl takes 2 damage. Then I'm going to attack with the Iron Forest crossbow using that endurance. And that's going to be a 10 or less. Oh, yes, that's a 4. Sweet. Okay. And this is going to be a D6 plus 3. Please roll big. Alright, that's going to be a total of 6. So, let's let him roll his dodge. Oh, critical fail. That's 6 points of damage. Jeez. So that is enough to actually kill him. That's going to be 6. That's going to be 8 points of damage. That's before the end of his turn, so he's gone. So he's legitimately gone now, fortunately. Thank you. And then I have one more left, which I cannot do anything with. So it's just going to go away. Oops, that is not right. It needs to go, there. Which is awesome. That's great. He's out of the way. So now Hilbert is going to go. And Hilbert is going to... Let's go ahead and pay 3 because it's really the best I can do. I'm going to go ahead and pay all 4 of these. So 3 of those are going to be for magical lore. It's going to add +3 to his base magic. Oh, that's the wrong card. Base magic stat. So now he has a 14, or the equivalent of a 14 in magic. And then the 1 that's left will be for a ranged attack, which is 10. And that's going to be his stones. And he's going to target the rabid forest wolf. And he rolls a 19, which is a fail. So, as a failure, he's going to take his fate point. Put that over here. And that's all he can do. Really got to do this a different way, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do this like this to keep up with this, because I'm afraid I'm going to... There we go. I'm going to put their hand underneath their disc. So that's all he can do. So that's done. Oh, I should have done that the opposite way. Oh well. That's done. That is the end of the turn. Oh, wait a minute. Crap. For some reason I'm thinking that the adventure... Here's deck. Start of combat, place the henchman cards. What I'm looking for is... Okay. Whew. Wow, okay. Just making sure. For a second I was thinking that the henchmen go first, but they do not go first. Okay, so we've taken our round, so now it's the henchman's turn. We start with our swamp monster, who's going to get 2 attacks. His first is a 19. Growls fiendishly, so that's nothing. Second attack is a 12. Heals the henchman furthest to the right of the row of villains for 2. That's his furthest to the right. Nothing there to heal, so he's done. Thieving giant bat gets an 8. The starting hero suffers 1d6. 1d6 plus 1. So we'll roll the damage. So that's a total of 4. His evade is a 5. He rolled a 6. So he's going to take 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's at 23. Really wish I had the endurance out to do the old buckler there. That was his 1 attack. The mean wolf is going to get 2 attacks. First attack is a 9. A random hero, evens, odds. Hilbert's going to take the damage. Hilbert's going to take 1d6. A 5. He's going to take one less than that because of the lethargical tent. So that's going to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 17. He's hurting. The second attack, I'm going to get this ready for the next one because he's going to get 2 attacks as well. That way I don't forget. Is the 13, which is nothing. Okay. So then the rabid forest wolf takes his first attack. And he gets 2 of these. And it is a 20. Nothing. Second attack is an 11. A random hero suffers 1d6. Evens, odds. It's going to take damage. Arbosh is going to take the damage. He's going to take 2. He's going to roll his evade, and it is a 7, so he still takes 2. So he also is getting low. He goes down to 21. Alright. That's everybody. We remove a time token. And we check at 5. It says draw a new henchman card and place it on the right of the row of villains. So that means we got to draw one from here. What do we get? Orc Archer with a health of 15, no evade, but a defense of 1, and he gets 1 attack. And he goes to the far right. Which means now we've got to attack him. Oh me. We gotta start doing some damage, guys. We've got to start doing some damage. Okay. That's that. And that is the first couple of rounds. So I think we're going to actually stop it here. Yeah, we're definitely going to stop it here. I think I've blabbed on enough. And we'll come back in the next episode, hopefully, and we will finish this up. Now that we got it set up and we're going, and see if we can't fare hopefully better than we have so far. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Hope you're enjoying this. Again, this is, I've been covering that up the whole time. This is Aventuria, the adventure card game. Awesome, awesome game. Definitely check it out if you have not. There's some other playthroughs. Antlab Games is actually, Robert Orton's talked about it, and he played one. Antlab Games did a 2-player playthrough of the basic game. It was actually the same scenario, but they're both really good. So I would highly, highly encourage you to take a look at those. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'm the Board Game Roamer, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? It's the Board Game Roamer, and I'm back with next session here for Aventuria. I did notice something last time that I did not do correctly. I don't think I did this correctly a number of times for our heroes. And that is in the combat. For some reason, I've been doing it mostly right for Arbosh, but I've not been doing it right for Hilbert. And in both instances, I'm pretty sure I did not do it for either one of them, although Hilbert was the only one that it probably would have mattered with when we were doing the adventure. And that is that I've not been rolling their dodge. So what I'm going to do, and I've already moved the adventure token back to Hilbert, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. Um, I'm going to roll 2d6 for Hilbert and add that many hit points back to make up for that. That may be a little bit overkill, but I haven't been doing dodge on anything. Because I was thinking to myself, he's taking so much damage. How is he taking that much damage? But, yeah. So, there's a 4 and a 5, so that's 9. So, let me add 9 back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that puts him up to 26. I know that's not exactly right, but the bottom line is I did realize that I forgot about that. So now I will hopefully remember that from this point on. And I would say I need to redo some stuff up here with the henchmen, but hey, we've got to be able to hit them first. So, that's the thing. Okay. Right. Now, let us... let's switch up, and let's go ahead and start the next round. So... Let me get this. Oh. Here we go. So what's going to happen is, again, we're going to draw 2 cards for each of our heroes. We get Miracle, which is improve the dice of a skill. The dice result of a failed skill roll or attack roll of a hero of your choice by X plus 3. That's not bad. Then we have a Protective Amulet, which is equipment. Discard to prevent the effects of a lethargical chant spell or magic attack that has just been played. Interesting. Probably a bit of a limited use here for that, but it'll be a good endurance card. And then we have, okay, now we're getting somewhere. We've got Carousing, which is basically a free endurance. And then we've got Orc Nose Axe, which is 1d6 plus 5. And it ignores the protect value, so that's really nice. Of course, it is 5, which is the only bad thing. But that's okay, we can deal with it. Okay. And we had the Orc Highwayman come out, so that was just so much fun. Then we're going to unexhaust our cards. We're going to decide what cards we want to play. What are we doing? So I'm going to play an endurance card, Friend of Fairies. Now I can make that roll 3, but that's not that great. And I really need the endurance. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Miracle card because I really would like to get out this upgraded magic attack and this melee attack. I thought I could start doing some damage. And I'm going to hold on to the Protective Amulet because that might save my life. So there's those 2 for endurance for Hilbert. And I'm not going to do any endurance cards for Arbosh because I really need the protective value. I really need the upgraded weapon, especially with the ignoring the protect value, and basically a free endurance every round is going to be super, super helpful, and it's cheap. So we're going to skip doing those. So let's play Hilbert. Alright, so number of endurance we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 endurance. So with 6 endurance, what do I want to do? I think we're going to pay 4 of those. So it means we'll have 2 left over. And we're going to play Swarm of Hornets, which is a magic attack. And we're going to hold on to these other 2. And with those last 2 endurance, let's do 2 attack. We'll pay both of those to do attacks. And we'll do an attack on, well, we have to do the Orc Archer. We'll do a Swarm of Hornets attack, which is a magic attack, and then we'll do our basic attack for range to go against the Archer. So we'll start with the ranged attack. Oh my gosh, so close. That almost went to a 19. We were looking for a 10, so that actually hits. So it's going to be a D6. That's 3. There is no dodge value, but he has an armor of 1, so that means he takes 2. Alright, and then we're going to do Swarm of Hornets attack. I'm going to rotate that to show that we've paid the endurance cost, exhausted it. This is going to be magic, so that's actually going to be a 14 or less. That's an 11, so that is definitely a hit. Again, it's going to be a D6 plus 6. That's a 4. That's a total of 10. There is no dodge. That means that that is 9, 9, and 2 is a total of 11. So he only has 4 left. So a rather solid hit this turn around. Okay, cool. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so Arbosh is going to go next. Arbosh is going to have unexhausted that because I forgot. We're not playing any cards. We don't have any extra endurance. So we've got 4 cards. However, I think the first one we're going to pay is to play Carousing. That's going to give us the extra endurance for free. So we're going to go ahead and flip that. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use one of these adventure tokens to denote that extra endurance just so you guys can see it. Let me put it above his character card so you can really see it. That's going to leave us with 4 endurance left for the turn. So I'm kind of in a bit of a quandary because I could just do an attack and put out a defense. Man. I think because of the low hit points, I'm going to go ahead and pay the 3 to put out his leather shield. And the leather shield, if I use it, you may make your opponent re-roll the damage dice from the attack. So if I do happen to use this and it's a ton of damage, hopefully that will help mitigate some of that damage. But I have to use the roll. So if he rolls more, then that's going to be a problem. But hopefully I won't roll more damage because that will just suck. Okay. So let's go up to the henchman. We'll do the round with henchman, and then that'll finish this combat round. So we'll start with Swamp Monster, whose number of attacks is equal to the number of party. So that's 2. So the first attack is a 16. 16 is a nothing. We like those. 13 plus. Oh, dang it. 10. A random hero suffers 1d6. So again, evens, odds. Hilbert's going to take it. He's going to take... Oh, alright, so we'll say 4. So he's going to really take 4 to do the saving throw. No, so he's going to take 1 less than that, so he's going to take 3. So that takes him down to 23. So that takes care of Swamp Monster. Then we have the Thieving Giant Bat. 11 blood soaking. The starting hero. Well, alright, that's Arbosh. Loses 1. Well, starting hero loses 1. Thieving Giant bat heals itself by 1. I'm gonna let him. I'm just gonna let him take that 1 because I hate him to get hit for a lot more later. No, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to exhaust our shield so we don't take that damage. That is the bats. Now we go to the wolf. Mean Wolf. This first one, that's a 19. 19. 3 or less on the health, and he would have flown away, gone away, but he doesn't have any damage, so that does no good. 17, nothing. So that takes care of him. And I'll put these on here. Should have done that with the other one to make sure I remember. Alright. So, Rabid Forest Wolf is a 13. That is a nothing. That's 1, and 1 more is a 17. That is also nothing. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Keep rolling those nothings, boys. Orc Archer. Final 18. Flight. If all leaders have been defeated, nope, they have not. So he does nothing. So actually, that was a really good round because we basically didn't take any damage. And we dealt some out. That wasn't too bad. Alright, that is the end of the combat round. At the end of the combat round, we don't have any end of round effects for the henchmen. We're going to move a time marker. And we're going to consult the time scale. The time scale, we don't do anything on a 4. So that completes that round. Then we are going to move our first player marker and to Arbosh, and then we will start the next combat round.